Hello, friend. Welcome back to Bible Tract Echoes. I'm Mike McCurry, your host, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be speaking to you once again today. Now, I've been joined today by some guests. Might be able to hear them in the background already. Are you clearing your throat? You ready for your interview? I have my daughters, Emmy and Lucy, with me, and they're back by, we'll say, popular demand. And we've had different folks that listen to the radio have asked me a couple of times, well, more than a couple of times, when are you going to have your daughters back on? And it's been a good long while. I kind of aim it maybe once, twice a year, something like that. And people have asked for me to do it just a little more than that. But it has been probably about 6 months since I've had these girls on. And so, Emmy, could you introduce yourself? Give us your name and how old you are.
Hi, my name is Emmy, and I am 7 years old.
Very good. And who are you, Lucy?
Lucy, and I am 5 years old.
Very good. Now, I'm trying to think of questions to ask these girls, and of course we're neck deep in school starting. Lucy, you just started school, didn't you? What are you in?
Kindergarten.
You're in kindergarten. Very good. And have you learned some cool things in kindergarten? What's something you've learned in kindergarten so far? Nothing.
I don't know how to read.
Learning how to read. We're learning letters. What's a letter that we've learned? A letter that we've learned.
A.
Yes. And Lucy, you are, and Emmy, you are in what grade now?
Second grade.
Second grade. And just thinking of questions for these girls. And some of these may go wildly off the rails. And backing up for just a second here, there's multiple reasons I have these girls on. One, because I enjoy bringing them to where I work, if you can put it that way, and for them to enjoy the ministry that God allows me to be a part of. I don't want it to be just this thing that Dad does. Of course, it is a family thing because I'm in evangelism. And actually, speaking of that note, Emmy, forget I just said evangelism. Could you tell us, what do you think your dad's job is? Well, what does your dad do? Talk to the microphone. Tell it, what does your dad do?
Evangelism.
Oh, yeah, I just said that. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, well, what does that mean, though? So what do I do then?
You kind of go around the world a little bit. And kind of go places that are close, 1 hour away, and give out tracts and make tracts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do I make tracts?
By this, so you think about something and God lays it on your heart to do it. And then you take it, bring it down on a piece of paper, take it to a big printer for how you want it, and then it makes more and more and more.
More and more and more. Very cool. So do I only go to places that are 1 hour away, or do I go further than that sometimes?
Further than that.
Further than that. What's the furthest you think I've traveled? If you had to pick a place that you think is the furthest I've traveled, where would that be?
Kenya.
Kenya, that was very far away. Yeah, Lucy, if you had to describe what your dad does, how would you describe it to someone? If they ask, what does your daddy do?
Preaches.
Okay, that's true. What does that mean?
He tells stories, preaches from the Bible, and tells two things from the Bible.
Wow, that from the mouth of babes. That's a blessing to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Preaching from the Bible. That's what Lucy believes that I do. I pray to God that is the truth, and not just her perception. Amen. That's awesome, Lucy. All right, so girls, we've talked a little bit about what we have been learning in school. We've been talking about what your dad's job is. Let's talk about this for just a moment here. What would be, if you had to pick your favorite Bible story? What would that be? You guys listen to Bible stories a lot on CDs or on Apple Music or things like that.
Like in the Bible or ones on the...
Oh, no. Yeah, any Bible story. Doesn't have to be one you listen to.
I don't know my favorite.
What do you think, Lucy? If you had to pick one Bible story that would be your absolute favorite, what would it be? She's thinking. Wheels are spinning.
Moses.
Moses? Which part of Moses' story? You don't know? Do you like the part was it Moses that was on the ark when the rain came down?
This wasn't Moses in a basket.
Yeah, Moses in the basket, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Do you like that part? Do you like the part where there was the burning bush and there was the Red Sea, right? What was your favorite part? You just like Moses all the way around.
I think because she likes the baby.
Oh, you like the baby in the basket?
She
Okay.
loves baby.
Was it Moses in the ark or was it Noah in the ark? What?
I mean, Noah.
Your Sunday school teachers will be so disappointed.
Noah.
Yeah. Well, girls, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to join us today. I really do appreciate the fact that my family travels with me so often, and they are able to travel with me about 2/3 of the time or so when I'm traveling in evangelism. And yes, I do travel sometimes an hour away, but sometimes I travel 15 hours by plane away. Places like Australia and New Zealand, and oftentimes when I'm going that far, I'm not able to take the girls with me. And but oftentimes, of course, when I'm here in the States, we do. And we've traveled to Maryland together recently, and California, and Pennsylvania, and down south, and all over the place. But I would greatly appreciate your prayers for our safety. And if you have a question for these girls, something that maybe they can answer in the future, I would love it if you were to contact me. You could text me, and my cell number is 309-316-7240. That's 309-316-7240. While thinking about things these girls enjoy, they really enjoy singing. And we've been singing as a family here and there when we've been out traveling, and the girls we need to practice more is what we need to do so we can learn the words. But if you had to think of what was your favorite song, what would it be?
Does it have to be my favorite?
Well, okay.
I have a lot of favorites.
You have a lot of favorites? You pick the one that you want to talk about.
At the old kitchen table.
Oh, well, that sounds a little self-serving to me, but who wrote that song?
Daddy.
Yeah, who is it about?
Grandma Great
Yeah.
and Papa.
Mm-hmm. What was it about them?
So it's about Grandma Great praying for Papa because he was smoking and drinking and doing all these bad things, and he come home from the bar and she would still be praying for him.
Mm-hmm. And what ends up happening? She prays and he makes some...
She prays that it would break his heart of stone.
Mm-hmm. And you guys sing that one at the top of your lungs, don't you? Yeah?
Whatever that means, yes.
Whatever that means, yes. So what ended up happening in Papa's life? Did he choose to do right at the end, or did he choose to do wrong?
To do right.
Mm-hmm. And that song was written in the 6 weeks or so leading up to Grandma Great, or as they call her, Gigi, passing away. I think it was May 19th or 20th of 2023. So it's been over a year now. But a song kind of for folks that, and no, we did not rehearse these answers beforehand. I have no idea what these girls were going to say, but for folks that are dealing with the prodigal in their life, I'd hope that would be a blessing to you. You can find it, of course, on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music and things, The Old Kitchen Table. Now, Lucy, what is your favorite? If you had to pick one song, it doesn't have to be your absolute favorite, but what would be a song that you like? Don't be shy.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Oh, that's a good one. Happy birthday, Jesus. We sang that one for Christmas this last year, didn't we? Happy birthday, Jesus.
We sang it at our school. Daddy teaches music class in our school.
Yeah, that's true. I get to teach
that one.
Yeah, I get to teach the music class in the Christian school at our home church. And people ask, and rightly so, how do we deal with education for the kids when they do travel with us, travel with me so much? So during the school year, they definitely travel with me a little less, but what basically the way it works is our Christian school is such that my wife actually we buy an extra set of some of the curriculum and my wife is able to work with them. And I guess you'd call it homeschool some when we're on the road. But when we are home, they're in the school, and they're probably in the classroom. Because we don't travel. They don't travel with me as much during the school year, and we just try to be selective. Maybe when I just have weekend things, they travel with me more, things like that. And so they're in their actual school building. They're actually in classroom for, I would say, well over 3/4 of the time. But they try to work ahead in things for when they do need to travel, when we are able to travel together, and they do a great job with that. All right, so we've talked about favorite Bible stories, favorite songs. You described what Dad does. You got any last comments for us before we sign off for this day of broadcasting? Anything you want to say? This is probably a scary thing to ask you guys if you have anything to say, because you guys never have anything to say, do you?
No.
Now you act shy. We can't get a moment of quiet the rest of the time. Now you're thinking. Well, folks, if you're listening right now, I would love to hear from you. If you have a question for these girls, maybe we'll try to get to it. If we can't get to it this week, maybe sometime in the future. That cell number is 309-316-7240. That's 309-316-7240. Greatly appreciate the fact that you tune in today. I'd encourage you, if you would, to tune into Bible Tract Echoes all this week. Greatly appreciate the support and faithfulness of our listeners and the folks that invest in this ministry. Not just money. It's not so much about the money. The prayer support means far more than all of that. Lucy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Welcome.
Welcome. Emmy, thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, to each and every one of our listeners, and to everyone out there on the other side of the microphone with the speakers, before these girls get too crazy, which is liable to happen, we're going to sign off here in just a moment. I'd encourage you, if you would, listen all this week to Bible Tract Echoes. Have some special things coming up later this week, and some amazing things that God's done for us that we look forward to telling you about in the coming weeks. And greatly appreciate the fact that you would tune in today, as many of you do every other day, Monday through Friday, throughout the week. My prayer, as always, just like I pray for these girls on a daily basis, but I pray for you folks as well. My prayer is that you have a great day for His glory, and we will plan on talking to you soon. Maybe we'll... I reminded them now they're singing one of my other songs, For His Glory. All right, we are signing off before we lose complete control over these ones. And thank you so very much for your listenership, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless.
Thank you for joining us today for Bible Tract Echoes, a ministry of Bible Tracts Incorporated. If you would like to receive a free sample booklet of all of our tracts, you can contact us by calling 309-828-6888. That's 309-828-6888. Our mailing address is P.O. Box 130, Dwight, Illinois 60420. A faster way to contact us is to go to our website at BibleTractsInc.org. That's BibleTractsInc.org. There you will find more information about our ministry and details on how you can support Bible Tracts Incorporated. Thanks for listening, and may the Lord richly bless you as you serve Him.